by 2580 question mark. Good luck. So that's what I'm playing. So that's a provisional rating. So clearly my opponent's a different level to where I play the game. You just relax and enjoy these games. If they go with the rating, they go with the rating. That's the whole point of why we have ratings, but you never know. Okay, I'm going to match that and just try and get developed. Castle. Okay. If you go here, you're going to end up getting the knight forward. It's all perfectly standard though, but actually I think I'll do that. Give my opponent a choice. He could drop the bishop back. Well, it just lets me take. Okay, it's all basically standard stuff that though. I'm going to get castled. Here he might be able to take and do a move like this. I'm going to play a5 first with a view to maybe pushing a pawn. Actually, I'm going to go b6 first as well and really reinforce this. And I don't want to get my bishop trapped, so I'm going to push a pawn here. Okay, he's come forward, logical. Do I want to challenge that? He might get a pawn being brought across. That's going to be annoying, isn't it? I'm going to play c5 first, but I might not ultimately be able to really avoid some sort of trade. That knight's going to be very strong there, but the pawn could be equally as strong there. Okay, so he's come forward. I could still do this. Knight down takes feels fine. So knight down takes the bishop in shift feels like I'm very cramped, but basically fine. So knight down looks like a move. What about knight forward? I guess you just develop, and I'm not really going anywhere, am I? So I'm going to come down. I might actually get rid of that knight, allow him to come across with his pawn. Might end up with some sort of French type structure, but then my knight is going to be a bit awkwardly placed. Maybe I can go around this way. Let's just worry about it when it happens. How many games has my opponent done in this? 365, so he's played a lot of rapid, just not a lot recently. That's what the question mark provisional rating means. So it could be like a year since he's played, but clearly someone very strong. Okay. So we can take and give our opponent a choice of how you want to take here, but then the knight's going to be under attack. Bishop back. Might be a very strong attack, this actually. I don't think I've got much choice but to go back there. Let's just see. We are threatening to kind of take, but the opponent's gone very, very committal here. I'd like a move like queen up, but right now I would blunder a knight. But takes and queen up could be potential. Maybe not now. I'm going to get rid of that knight. But now this one is a bit stuck if he goes with the knight. I might have to go around the angles. No good leaving the knight here. So I think I need to develop. Here, if you play knight here though, and I move, where does the knight actually go? I guess you could, no, you can't take there. You could go back and then come back. No, he won't repeat, so I think I can do that. But right now my knight covers this. F6, this is going to be weak. I'm going to play it. I don't think I've got too much choice. I've got to try and get the knight into the game. Drop back and challenge the bishop. Yeah, my knight's going to be very, very awkward here. I might end up coming all around the angles. Depends how it pans out now. Knight here, I'll probably go all the way across. Let's just see. Like I said, when you're playing somebody who's fundamentally much higher rated, you've not got anything to lose. I've got a lot to learn from that little step up in class in the quality of play, the precision of moves and so on. I'll just turn my heater down a bit there, but it's not too cold today. Not quite winter just yet. Oh, that's the phone. I'll have to just ignore that. I'll briefly get it. Yeah, rook across. We might get the potential for coming in here. But I don't really have any other move, do I? He's playing this very, very well, as you would expect. If I take and open this up, then the rook's getting active as well. Oh, so he's going to win an exchange, but it could be worse than that. That feels like I've not done too bad if I lose an exchange here, so I'm going to play that queen move. Pawn's playing very well though, like you would expect. Okay, let's take with the rook. Now I need to somehow get this knight into place, so I was originally thinking something like this. To try and come around the angles, but it feels like I'm going a little bit loose, a little bit wrong. Is pawn up a move here? Can you easily charge it? Probably. Can I risk a move like f5 actually while my knight guards this pawn? But f5, maybe you've just got bishop down. Bishop up to encourage a move like f3. What about h5 actually to charge that pawn? Yeah, that looks interesting. Try and just open the position up and create scope for my bishop. So he can't really go h3. f3 might be able to do, but then his king's position is getting really opened up. It might be perfectly fine though. Just click anywhere on the board to clear their markings. So one thing he's done is he's opened his king's defences up. Like I say, it might be perfectly good. If I ever get the bishop forward, you might be able to just sack a rook and get rid of it, and you've gained an exchange so you can give one back, so it could be relatively risk-free for opponent. But I don't want to trade this knight off for this bishop. I want to try and get the knight into play, but I don't see how. He's actually gone for it. Wow, I didn't expect that. So I'm going to go bishop f5 with a view to just the simple coming forward move. If you go here, I can collect the pawn or this pawn. I'm just trying to get active. Maybe get the king across and the rook across. Equally, I guess white could potentially do something like that. Okay. I can't move that pawn. I just release white's bishop. So I've probably got nothing better than just taking back. I don't see anything better, so I'm going to take, but I could do with the rook getting across. Can I risk g6 and rook across? My bishop looks fine here, but if I come up here, I might just be blundering a check and losing my knight. So I might have to go into the firing line. You can imagine eventually the rook can ladder its way through. But I can't go there because it's just a simple one move blunder, but I need to try and activate this rook somehow. 1, 2, 3 moves. A little bit dicey, but I don't see another plan, so that's maybe what he's going for. So can I play bishop here now? King up, rook across, rook up, king back. If I come here, I think he'll just chop the knight straight away, and then his bishop's not doing a lot. If I do this, I give him a target. I'm going to have to try this to at least get the rook into play. Oops, what have I done there? I've clicked on the wrong... I clicked on something by mistake. Don't know what. I was just trying to highlight rook across and then king back so I don't blunder this check. But it's not really a threat. You can easily double up, of course. But there's not really much else I can try. But yeah, it feels like white is really solid here. Feels like white is really, really solid. I think white actually is really solid here. I'm going to step up to target this pawn. I'm trying to cover this as well. That's a big, big threat now. My king's here. I might have to bring the rook back this way. Yeah, he's challenged the knight. Right, I can take a pawn maybe. So I'm going to do that, but my position is just collapsing here. Oh, I missed that move. I just missed that. And now I can't avoid Can I avoid a queen trade? I'm not sure I can. Check. Rook just blocks. Now I can't really go back here because of this. I don't think I've got another move though. Here, here. Then if I come back again... Oh, he's moved the king. That I didn't expect. So king here. I might have to risk a move like pawn up if he checks. Because I've got to try and get this rook active. Played rook across. Okay. Oh, if I go here now again as a check. I can't do that. I have to drop back then. Yeah, my position's just kind of going wrong here. And here, I don't really want to do this, but... I'm going to push. I think my position is essentially lost, so I have to try something. I'm trying to cover this check. So he's 4 moves off a queen, but I'm going to try and activate the knight and jump forward. But as soon as knight here, bishop takes is a move, of course. I don't see how I dislodge his defense here, though. A knight here, now queen takes, knight up. Guess you just take. Let's drop back then. Oh, now I can't bring the knight across though, can I? Might have been defeating the object. So can I come back here? I'm 1 move too short in everything all the time. Like here. The knight could do with going here, but there's no real way in. I'm going to go here. Let's hit the pawn. Oh, I've hung my knight. I've actually blundered the knight. You just simply take the knight. I just forgot about it. It's just a free piece and there's no threat. If I take, you take, check. Actually, is that a repetition? That might be a repetition. I might be threatening to take a pawn here. That would be funny. It would be funny if rook takes pawn is actually a repetition threat. If he takes the knight, check. Only legal move, check. You can block with either rook, and either way I can just check. And if you block, I come back. So there's actually a repetition threat on the board, I think. And I think my opponent spotted it because he's not grabbed the knight. And we are hitting this passed pawn as well. Let's just see what he does. He might have a move like rook takes. I might have to go with the king. Let's just see what my opponent does. But he's definitely spotted the threat. So he's played rook across, so he had spotted the threat. So again, if I take the pawn, I simply lose my knight. So if I take, you can step across, or you can take. If I check, you can step across, check. I hit 2 rooks, but I don't have that mate threat. But is it a move? Here, rook takes, here, rook blocks, bishop up. It's probably nothing. What about rook up then? Because I'm hanging my knight the whole time, but I don't have time to try and keep the knight. I'm going to have to go for it and try. I've got to hang the knight. I've got nothing else I can try, I don't think. Yeah, queen back. Okay, well now am I in time to grab a pawn? You're still checking you in my knight. I cannot afford to trade, can I? That's a problem. I think I have to give up that pawn there. Knight still hangs, so does a rook. I don't think I could have afforded to take the pawn there. He could have just checked and took the knight and I had no counterplay. So yeah, it should still be a white win this, but you just have to pay attention just in case that odd trick comes along. Okay, now he's found another good move. Does bishop up work? No, you just take. I'm looking at whether I can just play a move like queen back now. I don't see nothing else. But I'm too far down on the clock as well. I need far too many moves to do anything with a knight, so that's not really an option. Queen here might be a move. Guess you go here. Yeah, he solved the problems, hasn't he? Oh, I'm down to the last minute as well. Okay. There's just nothing now. His king's really solid. His king's really rock solid now. There's no way through there. He's done well. He's done well, to be fair. So I'm going to push a pawn forward. There's no way through though, so I mean, I was hoping for something like this, but I don't think it's even really a plan. No. Okay, can I go there? It doesn't actually work. No, it's just over. It's just over this. The pawn moves, I've got a bishop check mine, but I don't think it's an actual threat. Yeah, comes forward, hits the bishop. Very good. Oh, it's just a check and collect. I missed it. I was hanging the bishop with a check. But I didn't have anything. I'm down to 10 seconds as well, so I've got nothing there. You can just take the rook and give up a rook. It's all winning. Everything's winning for white here. You can even just give up the queen there and it's just an easy, easy win. Okay, he just takes. Okay, well done.